the reviews, I believe.
Reviews.
So, well, let's start with Rebels. What did you think, Jay?
Rebels is back, baby.
Oh!
Yeah. Dude,
Okay.
Rebels is back. This episode, for me, was wicked. I really enjoyed it. It's what I've been wanting, you know. Let's get back into it. Annoyingly, I was going to watch it again before the show, and I didn't get time to see it. I've only managed to watch it once so far.
Okay. Well, before we go any further, let's just say spoilers. We're going to spoil this.
Spoilers, yeah.
So jump ahead. We'll put the rough times on the link that we're talking about this, so that people can jump ahead.
There's going to be a banner here. So
okay, cool. Very technical.
Look, you know, this time it's called An Inside Man. And we got to see Thrawn again, actually doing stuff. I mean, because so far Thrawn hasn't really done very much. Right?
He just very quietly stood there.
Yeah, he stood there, mumbled a few things. So first we got to see Thrawn being ruthless. I can't remember what the guy's name is. It's Ezra's friend, where they've infiltrated.
Names aren't important, Jay. I think we've established that on this show.
and you know, I love where Thrawn's come to visit the facility, gets the speeder bike. This is the one you made. Test it, and he knows it's going to go wrong. And when it starts going, he's like, "Oh, I better shut it down." And Thrawn just like overrides it. He's like, "No, get it as fast as it can." And just blows it to pieces. Brilliant, because this is what we want to see. We want to see that these guys are evil, that they do nasty things. And you know, the one thing that is probably getting a little bit tiresome is Ezra and Kanan dressing up as stormtroopers again. But it was cool when Fulcrum revealed himself.
Yeah, are we going to spoil that?
Yeah.
It's old Lamb Chop.
There's a big spoiler thing here.
Yeah. Lamb Chop is Fulcrum.
Lamb Chop is Fulcrum, Agent Callus. And you know what? I was really happy. There was a moment where I just was like, I knew that he was going to go and help out the rebels at some point, but I've been waiting for it. I generally, in everything, root for the Imperials, right? Because I think they look cooler.
And you're evil.
And I'm a Sith. But in this program, I've been waiting for him to turn good, and obviously it's since him and Zeb hung out, you know, where they're on the planet, he had a broken ankle, and at that moment I was just like, yeah, he's gonna turn and help them out, and it was really cool that happened. And then obviously Ezra chucking him through the glass with a force push, which was quite funny.
I think my general feeling with this whole episode was it was all a bit deja vu. I thought nothing, even though there was reveals, they were things that I thought I already knew. I thought I knew he was a goodie. I don't know why I thought that, but I already thought that had been revealed. And as you said about the stormtroopers, I've seen that a lot. I've seen Chopper being dressed up before.
Chopper, whatever. But no, he's done little things throughout the show. So obviously, like on my favourite episode is still the one with the TIE fighters with Wedge. And he helped them escape on that one.
Yeah.
And it's ever since that talk, I think it's just the way that obviously it's so well animated, and the way that it's acted. David Oyelowo does the voice for Callus, obviously a brilliant actor. And in that one, you could see that he was starting to think, oh, you know, these guys are right. So I think it's just that they've hinted along the way that he's starting to come around to their way of thinking as opposed to the Empire's way of thinking. You know, he's playing a dangerous game because he hangs out with Thrawn. Like, it's not like he just like hangs out with a bunch of stormtroopers that he can kick off bridges and stuff like he used to. He hangs out with Thrawn. But at the same time, he's been really bad to the heroes in the past, so he's got a lot of redeeming to do here. He's got to work hard at that. But I see what you mean about the deja vu thing. I mean, and it is the we've infiltrated, there's no cameras. What, like,
No.
why are there no cameras?
Well, they always used to. They were, in episode on the Death Star, there were loads. They were shooting left, right, centre, weren't they?
Where are the cameras?
Well, they obviously learn, don't they? That's how they learn about that. Maybe that'll pop up in Rogue One. Oh, maybe we should install some cameras in this thing.
When they've stolen the plan.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we had cameras in this damn Death Star. Put some on.
I guess the one thing with Rebels, because I watched the episode for the first time about 2 days ago, and it didn't hold my interest. I think I was on a train, and so I started looking at my emails for some reason. And then, so I watched it again tonight before we did this, just to make sure I hadn't missed anything. And it was better on the second viewing, so obviously was watching it a bit closer. But I think my just general feeling now on Rebels is it feels too kiddie for me. I think the story that they're telling is great, but I just don't like the way they execute it. It's just, I'd much rather see this story in a novel or in a comic where it's not aimed at kids, because the whole concept of the rebellion and this rebel cell and having to do, I think what Rogue One's going to be, hopefully, proper rebel cells doing sort of things that are a little bit probably dark and having to deal with a really mean, evil empire. You can't do that on a kid's Disney cartoon, can you?
Although, I mean, the thing with Rebels is it has had its episodes where it's managed to go a little bit darker in the past, like when Vader came into it and stuff like that. But I get what you mean.
There's no stakes. The Imperials are bumbling fools in it. Do you know what I mean? They are. They're idiots. They're not scary at all.
It's so funny though. Like the past 2 weeks, I have hated the episodes, and then this week I'm like, I love it, man. And you're like, no.
Well, I think you moaning at me for the past 2 weeks has suddenly got into my head. I'm like questioning what I'm thinking of this program.
I was so happy because we got away from that crap.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, the story was a good story. The elements of it were brilliantly done, but it's just the whole. I don't like the you were saying about the animation. I hate the animation because it's nowhere near as good as Clone Wars. I don't think. No, because Clone Wars is more. If you look at the characters, they're soft. They remind me of Postman Pat. They've got they look like they're made out of Postman Pat heads.
And the Clone Wars are all like rectangles and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but at least it was stylized. It was more stylized, but in some ways it was more edgier. Do you know what I'm saying?
To be honest, for me, with all of these CG Star Wars animation, I don't love any of them, like how they look. Personally, I would have them, more like an anime, not
2D,
like with the big eyes and that, but like a more serious anime kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just because, have you ever seen? There's a little, it's on YouTube. It's a Japanese style anime of TIE fighter pilots. Have you ever seen it?
No.
All right, I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it on the group.
Okay,
I'll put
cool.
a link below the video as well.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I don't know who made it, but it's so cool. And if they could have done it like that.
Do you want it to look like Ulysses 31?
Better. You didn't like Ulysses?
I love Ulysses. It was Jesus with a lightsaber.
Ulysses was cool. I'll be down with that. But better movement, because obviously nowadays they can get better. But yeah, I mean.
But I do like anything where you see the ships and things like that. It's just the way they do the people. It's not anything else. And it was the same with Clone Wars. The ships and that look really good.
The thing that I dislike most of the people is Hera. Because they're doing the Popeye arms. I don't get it. She has like thin ones and then they're like big Popeye ones. Like she's been like, I don't know. With like, I know there's a bunch of guys
steering really hard.
Steering really hard. They're big muscly. I don't know what's going on. It's only the forearms, and I could never get past it. And then I had to look at my new Dawn book because I was like, does she look like? And she doesn't. She looks like just a normal person.
Is it not like a bellowy sleeve?
No. Look at it again because she's got a flight suit on, so it just comes down here, and then she's got like this big bulging Popeye arm. And I don't get it.
Well,
why?
She's green. Maybe she's eating too much spinach.
Maybe. Yeah, that could be it. That's why she turned green. She wasn't
spinach poisoning. Yeah. Dangerous stuff, that. So just keep away from it.
So overall then, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from the side of you got to see Thrawn be a bit more ruthless. Look, it is aimed at kids, so I suppose they don't go as dark as I would like. I'd like it dark, but they got away from all this stupid like Hondo rubbish, and they went back to the Empire being the Empire. Rebels doing a little mission. Yes, they dressed up again, but they did a little mission. There's a bit of shooting and stuff. The stormtroopers were idiots again, but I like the thing that we got Callus becoming. Helping them.
Let's say story was good,
and that's what really worked for me and got me excited, because I was like, okay, we're away from it. And apparently, the next episode as well is not a stupid Hondo style episode. It's probably more in line with this one.
So what would you rate it? How many mouse droids out of 5 would you give it?
I'll give this a 3 3/4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, edging towards a 4, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think it was one of the better episodes of the season. So yeah, enjoyed it.
Cool. Okay, so that's really. Oh, actually, the Afra, Dr. Afra.
Yeah.
She's got her own new comic.
It came out this week. I've actually downloaded it on Comixology, but I haven't actually had a chance to read it. I was going to try and read it before we recorded, but
next week maybe.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, we had enough to talk about today.
Okay.
Yeah.
On to the next
subject. So that was reviews.
You've got one other review.
I have got another
Just a small review, I guess.
Exactly, and it's a review of Battlefront Scarif download. So Star Wars Battlefront, the amazing game from DICE, EA. It's a year old now, Battlefront, and I loved the original 2 Battlefronts on the PlayStation 2.
Especially number 2 for me.
Yeah, I mean, they were my all-time favourite games. I'm not a gamer as such. I had a PlayStation since they've been out. I get one every time a new one comes out, but the amount of games I play, I probably play about 4 games a year. And to be honest, I only complete the ones that are really easy to complete because I am rubbish. But the Star Wars games I always got on well with. Battlefront 1 and 2 I actually did all right on. And so I was mega hyped for this Battlefront when it came out last year. And actually, I've been really happy with it. There's a couple of modes on it I really love. I love Walker Assault. I love Drop Zone. So I absolutely love those 2 modes. I could play them all day, every day, and be happy. New to me was this whole concept, because I bought my PS4 to get when that game came out. I hadn't jumped onto the PS4 bandwagon. So new to me was having to join PlayStation Network and pay an extra 40 quid a year. And then I found out if I wanted to get the 4 updates that were going to come out, I'd have to pay another £40. And so ultimately, to play Star Wars Battlefront, it cost me 40 quid for the game, 40 quid for the extension, 40 quid for the PlayStation Network, and a PlayStation. So I spent probably about 400 quid on that. 400 quid, well, yeah, I love that game. So, no, to be honest, even if I hate it, I would love that game because I need that £400 worth of love in that game. But to be fair, I'm still playing it. And that partly is because they have done these quarterly updates. They did a free one when the game first came out, the Battle of Jakku. That was good.
Is this Scarif on the charged one?
No, it was free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that one was a first one, free, kids, get the taste. And then they did a couple of different map updates as well. But then they were starting in the charge. So if you're a season pass holder, you get the game, you get these downloads 2 weeks ahead of everyone else that can just buy them. The frustrating thing with this model to me is that because not everyone's got the same privileges because they paid for different things, it means not everyone can play the same games together. So like if you're just playing the normal modes, you're not on the same server as the people playing the Pacific downloads. So for instance, if you were playing Walker Assault, it's never going to rotate to the new maps on the new downloads because it can't, because you're not playing against the people that pay. So it's really, so that's a real frustrating bit. And to be honest, I don't know enough about the gaming world to know whether that's something that's common in other games, but it really annoys me because I just want to play the different modes on Walker Assault or Drop Zone. I don't really want to have to go on a specific playlist and only play with people playing on the best spin download or whatever like that. So, but as I said, there's been the first DLC that came down was Outer Rim. That was pretty good. Actually, that's probably my favourite one out of all of them, to be honest.
What's that? What happens in that one?
So it's got each new download's got roughly 4 maps, and each of them have had a different brand new game mode, and they've also had 1 or 2 of the other modes built into it. So, and this is testing my knowledge. Outer Rim, so the maps were Jabba's Palace, outside Jabba's Palace, and there were, where was the other bits? Oh, some kind, I don't know where, I think it was Sullust, and it was some kind of like factory thing. Really cool, actually. That was a really nice map. And so the new game mode that came with that was called Extraction, and that is a real fun game. Basically, you've got this like car. If you're the rebels, you've got this cargo moving thing that goes through the map, and you've got to basically follow it through and protect it to get it to the rebel transport ship. And obviously, the Imperials have got to stop you from getting it to there. But the brilliant thing is, when you get the heroes. The rebel ones you get right at the beginning, and the Imperial ones you get at the end. So if you don't use them wisely, when you get towards the end, you've got Darth Vader and the Emperor and everyone trying to kill you, and you've got no one helping you. So, I mean, that's a real fun mode. I really enjoyed that one. So that was great. The second download was Bespin, and that just looked cool because it was Bespin. So you've got really, again, about 4 different maps of Bespin. You've got the real, like, sit in the clouds outside bit. You've got a real, actually, the city, which you don't really see much of in the films. It also had another space battles mode in a fighter squadron model, which was really boring because it's just flying around in the clouds.
The bit with the fighters is the only bit of the game I liked.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean the fighter bit
was the only bit I liked.
Yeah, fighter squadron game. I really enjoyed that as well. But it did get repetitive because it was literally just fight 100 people, and every now and again you've got to go and shoot a shuttle down. And so they could have done more with that. And then in this Bespin download, they made it twice as long.
Okay.
Oh my god! And you were just flying around clouds. It was mad. Anyway, the Bespin also had a new mode, which was, oh yeah, you also got in the carbonation chamber in the Bespin. So that's a really cool map. That was wicked. And you could go in it and get frozen, but you didn't see yourself pop up, you just died. It was cool.
It would have been cool if you popped up frozen, right?
Yeah, it just says you got frozen.
Frozen Stormtrooper.
And what was that called? The mode in that was called Sabotage. And again, really good, because basically, if you're the rebels, there's 4 different points where you've got to set a bomb off, and then you've got to get to a central bit where you're going to be extracted from, and you have to hold that off for X amount of time. And that's really cool. That's it's quite hard. It's quite good. So it's quite good. Then the one before the one that's just come out this week was Death Star. Again, I was really excited about that because it looked really cool, and they were talking about space battles.
They had a Death Star on Battlefront 2 as well. Didn't they
did, yes, but only in. Well, no, because there was a lot of space fighting in Battlefront 2, and that's what a lot of people were moaning about.
No, that's what I loved about it.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, moaning it wasn't in the new one. So basically, Death Star I felt was disappointing because it was the new mode was basically 3 stories in one big game. You had 3 sections you had to compete. So the first bit is if you're the rebels, you've got to you've got to destroy a Star Destroyer. And so you have to kill X amount of TIE fighters, then your bombers will come. You have to kill more TIE fighters, then your bombers will come, and you have to knock out the shield generators. And you have to keep repeating that until you've destroyed all the shield generators. Then once you get past that bit, you then go to the Death Star. You basically crash into it, and you've got to rescue R2-D2. So you have to basically board the Death Star, get to R2-D2, then escort him out. Right? Okay, that's okay, and that's the coolest bit because you're in the Death Star. It looks wicked. And then the last mode is more space battle. You've got to do basically the trench runs and destroy the Death Star.
Okay.
And it's bloody hard. I'm rubbish at that. I cannot do it.
Quite cool though.
It looks cool, but it's really hard, so it's not very much fun.
One as well.
Huh?
The Death Star, is it a free download?
No. Again, all of these you have to pay for, or you buy the season pass as one big go. But it was quite good. But there wasn't much else to it. There weren't really many other modes to it. So I thought it was a bit boring, really, because you also had to go through all that space battles just to play that one bit on the Death Star.
Right, yeah.
Really frustrating. Really frustrating.
So you had to actually complete all the other ones before you could get to this one?
Yeah.
So I want to play that one.
So also, it wasn't like, I'm just going to have a quick go on this for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You had to literally commit. So annoying. And then... So not as bad. Hopefully, I'm not sounding too negative because I do actually enjoy it, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And so the most recent one's just come down the pipe. It came down on Monday evening, I think, and it's Scarif. So basically, it's set in the Rogue One universe. It's basically, it says inspired by the events of Rogue One. So hopefully it's not too much of a spoiler because obviously people with the season pass have got it 2 weeks before the film comes out.
Spoiler with this. I think you just see, like, you've got the hero characters, right?
Yeah, so basically the 2 playable characters, every time there's a new upgrade, you get different playable characters. You get Chewbacca, Lando, etc. So this one you get Jin for the Rebels, and you get Director, what's his face, Krennic for the Imperials. So basically this one's got a similar sort of setup to Death Star. It's got a 3-tiered new game. So basically the first element of it is you have to do a space battle to get through that portal thing that you see in the trailer. You know, the shield hole thing, donut thing, whatever it is. Now, one thing I will say is it looks stunning.
It's a great looking game.
I'll tell you,
just generally.
But this is the best. This is the best they've done. It looks amazing. That whole planet and space battle is fantastic. And to me, it's fair, and it's also quite quick and it's quite playable. And you get to be a U-wing, whatever the new wing thing is. If you get selected, you can get randomly selected to be one of them who has to actually get through that portal thing. So that bit's really fun. And then you go into Scarif. So basically, if you complete that bit successfully, you go land on Scarif, and you basically, the next bit is called Distraction, I think, and you have to basically set some bombs off and blow up. I think it's one of the things that blows up in the trailer, that big thing that blows up.
Right.
The only thing I've found, I've only played it a couple of times, and I've probably played about an hour maximum on this game. I've just found the terrain really hard to get around. It's really dense bits of, like, those, like the terrain, I don't know what they're called, not pineapple trees, whatever those things are, palm trees, and bushes and stuff. But it's really, if you get in it, you can't get out of it. You have to really go round it. It's not like you can just go through it. Like, yeah, it really was a trap, I felt like I was the X-Wing sinking in the bloody... quicksand, but so I found that quite tricky. It's a little. I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to it. To be honest, it just seemed a bit samey. It all looks the same. The maps that I've played so far. So there's that thing, and then the next bit on the Scarif mode. Once you've completed that bit, is you have to get the data tapes and basically get them to the extraction ship. So it's a bit like Cargo, when you have to collect a thing and carry it across. But there's about 8 of you got to do it. And it seems quite heavy-sided on the Imperials, to be honest.
Well, when the Imperials, are they just standard stormtroopers, or are you getting the shore troopers and the death troopers?
No, you're getting shore troopers, but not... so I think what it is in terms of costumes, the new costume that's playable is the shore trooper one.
Right.
But you have to earn it. So So basically, so there's a lot of people in there that are really good that have already got it. But otherwise, are the other costumes.
Well, it's one of the things that I didn't like about the season pass, because when they released Battlefront, and as I say, it's a great looking game. You know, they used all the original models and everything for the ship, but it always felt to me like a half-finished game. And then they released the season pass, and basically, if you paid like the exact same price as the game, so the game when it came out was like 60 quid, so you paid 120 quid, you got this season pass, and like, hey, I've just come to the game, but I've got all the best guns in the game. And and that kind of stuff sucks. I hate when they do that stuff. I think I said before that I stopped playing this game about a month or two after I got it, and I actually got my PS4 in order to play this as well. I play a lot of games, so I just went on to other stuff. And nothing made me come back to it. And the thing, as I say, my favourite bit was the space battles. And what I used to love on Battlefront 2 was starting inside a Star Destroyer as a dude walking around, you know, having a shootout, get to the hangar, jump into the TIE fighter, fly along one of the big ships. I used to love it because it was just like being in the movie, right?
It was more open world, wasn't it? It wasn't so prescriptive.
And I know it was an older console, so obviously the areas weren't as big, but on this one, on the dogfight combat version that I played, it felt like you went out of bounds really easily. It was like, oh, you're getting too far away. And I'm like, I'm not, I'm just trying to turn around.
No, I mean, it was very tight gameplay, particularly on the air battles, definitely. Look, I mean, I haven't given the Scarif one long enough. I've only played that main mode, and it's also got the turning point mode on it, which is actually good fun. Turning Point's one of my favourite modes. It's similar. It was the new mode that came with Jakku, and it's basically occupy the Imperial bases and gradually get your way through. And every time you occupy one, then you move to the next level. That's good fun, actually. And actually, it's also got Walker Assault version, but I haven't actually got to a Walker Assault game yet because that other game takes ages to play. So yeah, I mean, it's good. It's interesting. I think the thing is now it's not new. It's a nice. It looks good and it's a different setting, but one part of the Battlefront thing is playing in parts, like for instance, like the best spin in the Outer Rim games were brilliant because they are areas that you've seen bits of but never fully explored, and so really exciting to play in. Whereas this, I haven't seen Scarif yet, and the coolest bit, which is being a stormtrooper running through the sea shooting people, isn't something you do in this game. So rubbish. But hopefully Walker Assault will be good. Hopefully I get to blow her up like that fella does.
Yeah, there's a ATATC.
Yeah.
One of the things that you were saying there about the Scarif armor, where you have to earn it. One of the things that I remember from when I was playing it, that I just didn't get was, obviously I like playing the Stormtrooper more than the Rebel, and you'd play so much like, oh, you've unlocked a new costume, and it's Stormtrooper without a helmet on. Who wants to be that guy?
I tell you what, after the Death Star download, they stopped that. You can't take the helmets off when you're on the Death Star. You have to play with a helmet on because it was so stupid. That was the one thing.
Stormtrooper without a helmet.
Yeah. I think it's because they didn't know how to customize them. But what they've done is they've added, like the shoulder pad thing, different coloured ones now. So you can do different coloured ones. And there's
and stuff.
Yeah. So, but also what's confusing since the Death Star one as well, there's now you can play as Imperial officers if you get to a certain level and you've got enough credits.
Right.
Which is okay, but now I can't tell who's a rebel and who's a bloody Imperial because I'm shooting the wrong people. So it's really confusing now because before at least you knew to look for the people in armour when you want to kill the baddies.
Well, I was going to say, I'm surprised on the Death Star one that when you rank up as a rebel, it doesn't give you Stormtrooper armour because you're in disguise.
That would be cool. Well, they did because obviously the heroes were in set costumes, weren't they originally? And it was always a bit jarring when you saw Luke fighting on Hoth in his Jedi gear. But they've changed that as well. So like Luke's now got Hoth battle gear when he's in Hoth.
Because that
things
was
like that.
that was a bit stupid. Like he'd be in his Return of the Jedi black outfit, wouldn't he? He's come charging at you. Yeah. Oh, I like that they've done that. So, I mean, a lot of these games, as time goes on, they make the little tweaks and everything like that, and that obviously helps enhance it. It is the little things.
Yeah, I think EA as a games company seem to be brilliant. They definitely seem to really listen to what the fans are saying. I watch quite a lot of the videos about. There's a lot of people on YouTube, Star Wars HQ, or Alliance. A few people like that. I watch their videos, and they really cover Battlefront to the death. Every single little thing they know about, and they're always talking about how all the makers of it are tweeting back and forth and taking suggestions. So I think they listen, and you do see a lot of updates and stuff. But to be honest, I'm just not a savvy enough gamer to know what I would even want them to do, even if
I would be. You know what? To make me happy, all they would have to do is have a bunch of levels, just like those ones in Battlefront 2, where you're on a ship fighting on there, you fly out. And I'm talking about the big Star Destroyers, and, the Rebel Corvettes and all that. And because I used to love it. Me and my friends play it on split screen, and where you're chasing down somebody and you're getting right close up to the ship and flying along it, and you really felt like you were in the movie, And
well, also you could do what you wanted.
Back up again, man.
What was free? Yeah, what was so great about that was you could choose what you wanted to do. If you wanted to just go and fight in space, you could, or you could get a transport, like you say, that would fly into the other enemy's ship. Then you would go into that ship, and then you would try and turn that shield thing off, or whatever you had to do. So it was cool. It was so cool.
I used to love taking my TIE fighter, flying it across into a rebel ship, and getting out and just shooting people.
Yeah, it was mad.
Fun, and that's what you want, because the main thing is fun. That's what it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know lots of people like the AT-AT assault and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people like different things. For me, that's always been the one that just made me enjoy it. And I think it was the lack of that kind of made me go, well, I don't like those modes. I don't really like that mode. I played them all a little bit, but it was the aerial combat one that I was really enjoying, and the one that really bugged me on it. And it was, when you're flying, I don't know if they've changed this at all, but you have like a barrel roll maneuver, right? So someone fires a missile at you, you can do a barrel roll, but then it had to charge up, right?
Yeah, really annoying.
If I'm a fighter pilot, I could do it twice. So there's two ships coming after me, one fires a missile, I avoid it, the second one fires one, I'm dead.
Yeah, really annoying.
I could have got out of the way, man. But yeah, I'd be interested. I mean, keep me up to date if you are playing it and they change something. Have they changed that, by the way, with the barrel roll? Is that still a thing?
Nah, still a thing. Yeah. Still a thing. But I mean, I reckon, Jay, what we should do is set up a game. We'll do a...
Yeah, we can have a game. I haven't played it since it came out, but I think I'll have to load it back onto my PS4. But, yeah.
But maybe we'll put it out on the Facebook page and see who wants to join. And we'll set up a game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Cool. I bet there's some people on our group that are really, really good, and we'll wish.
Yeah. Well, like I say, our mate Punnett that we used to go to college with, I've played him a couple of times on it. He seems to like it, and Rene fellow I was mentioned earlier, he just recently bought a PlayStation. So, so there's a few people definitely that will probably be up for it.
Cool. Well, we'll do that then.
Let's do that, man. Hello, Chewbacca here. When I'm not hanging around with that scoundrel Han Solo or ripping arms out of sockets, I like to relax by watching Star Wars fan videos. And to be honest, my favourite happens to be Forced Conversations, a Star Wars fan show by those two lovely chaps, Jay and Colin. I always subscribe and like the videos, so I think that's something you two should do. You can also get in contact with them and tell them what you think of the show. They'd love to hear from you. They really would. So please tweet at them at forcedconvo, or you can send them an email on forcedconvo@gmail.com. But the easiest way is to leave a little comment on that video. Definitely press the little like button and make sure you subscribe. Well, enough for this. I'm off. Toodaloo. Bye.